Be me, 28 years old, sitting at some overpriced beachfront restaurant in Canggu watching the sunset. Should feel romantic. Instead, I'm on day 5 of a girl's trip to Bali, and the only thing I'm feeling is annoyed. Jenna's engaged. Sophie's got 3 guys texting her, and I'm single. Again. So what happened with that last guy? Sophie asks. The finance one. Brad. I take a long sip of my cocktail. He just stopped trying, like they all do. What do you mean, stopped trying? I mean exactly that. 2 months, things were going great. Then he started prioritizing everything else. His climbing gym, his friends, work. I'd text about brunch on Saturdays and he'd be like, already at the gym, maybe later. And then later never happened. Sophie makes a face. Classic man-child behavior. Right? Like you're 32 years old, Brad. Maybe prioritize building something real over hanging off a wall like an overgrown Spider-Man. Did you tell him that? Jenna asks. Not in those exact words, but yeah. I told him he needed to figure out his priorities, and then he just faded. At the table next to us, a group of Australian guys are getting loud about some motorbike adventure. No girlfriends in sight, just 5 dudes in their 30s acting like they're on permanent vacation from responsibility. See? I gesture toward them. Even here. Even on vacation, men would literally rather hang out with each other than grow up. It's an epidemic, Sophie agrees. I was reading this article about how men are just opting out of relationships entirely now, choosing video games and gym selfies over actual partnership. Jenna's quiet. Mike loves his golf Sundays. I never compete with that. That's different, I say quickly. Mike's committed to you. He put a ring on it. These guys won't even commit to consistent plans. I think about Tyler, the architect. He'd get excited talking about his projects, light and materials and technical stuff I didn't understand. I'd check Instagram after 10 minutes, but then he'd zone out when I talked about work drama. And then I posted something about men needing to emotionally evolve. He saw it. Things changed after that. Then Chris. Personal trainer. His friends were so immature. Fantasy football drafts, poker nights every Thursday. When I suggested he spend less time with them, he looked at me like I'd asked him to cut off a limb. You know what it is? I say. They're scared of strong women. They want someone who'll just go along with everything, never challenge them, never push them to be better. Truth, Sophie says, raising her glass. The Australian guys are planning their whole next week. Surf spots, hiking, waterfall adventures, not a single mention of anyone back home. Just them, their hobbies, their freedom. I pull out my phone and snap the sunset. Post it to Instagram. Finding myself in paradise. Sometimes you have to leave to gain perspective, like start rolling in immediately. Gorgeous. Living your best life, Queen. When we get back, I'm approaching this differently, I announce. New strategy. Better photos, better bio, higher standards. I'm done settling for low-effort men who'd rather spend weekends climbing rocks than building an actual life. Yes. Sophie clinks her glass against mine. Make them compete for you. You bring so much to the table? Exactly. I have a good job, my own place, I travel. Any guy would be lucky. That night, I update all my dating apps. New Bali photos, new bio. Looking for someone who's actually ready for something real. No man-children, please. 3 weeks after Bali, I'm staring at my phone like it personally offended me. Marcus hasn't responded in 4 hours. The dating app overhaul worked at first. Better matches, actual careers, decent profiles. Marcus seemed perfect. 30. Product manager at some tech company. Thoughtful bio about building products that matter and weekend adventures. First date at a craft cocktail place. He asked good questions, said all the right things about wanting something serious. Second date, he suggested hiking. I wasn't thrilled, sweating, no makeup, but went along. Figured it showed I was easygoing. Third date at his place, he actually cooked. Nice apartment, good wine. We hooked up, everything seemed right. That was 2 weeks ago. Since then, he still texts, but less. Still responds, but slower. Not escalating, not making real plans. After our last date, I brought it up. So where do you see this going? He smiled, kissed my forehead. I think you're great, Ash. I'm just taking my time. I need to really know someone before I commit. That takes more than a few weeks. A few weeks? How much time does he need? I check Instagram. His story is up. Photo of him at a car meet. His BMW parked among expensive vehicles. Caption, freedom looks good on her. Next story, him and 5 guys at Topgolf. The boys is the thing? I click his profile. A highlight reel labeled The Build. All photos of his car. Engine parts, new wheels. Comments from guys, living the dream bro and stay free king. Stay free? Free from what? I close Instagram. My text from this morning sits unread. Want to grab dinner this weekend? 4 hours ago he posted to Instagram, but hasn't read my text. Another match messages me. Jason, 29, physical therapist. We chat, he's funny. Suggests coffee Saturday afternoon. Can't do afternoon. What about Saturday night? Would love to, but that's my weekly D&D session. Friday night? Friday works. Marcus finally texts, hey, sorry, was that a thing with the guys? This weekend is packed, but maybe next week? A thing with the guys. Cool. Friday with Jason goes really well. Great conversation. He's present and engaged. We close down the bar, walk around for another hour. He kisses me goodnight, wants to see me again. Sunday brunch is good too. 3 hours of bottomless drinks and easy conversation. He mentions his D&D group. 5 years, same campaign. That's dedication, I say. Yeah, they're good people. Thursday nights are sacred though. Every Thursday? Every Thursday. Been doing it since college, I laugh. That's like a part-time job. He laughs too, but something shifts. I mean, it's important to me. No, I get it. Cool that you have hobbies. Wednesday he texts morning of our plans. Hey, something came up with work. Rain check? No worries. Thursday? That's D&D night, remember? Right. Can you skip one session? He reads it. An hour passes. Finally, hey, I don't think this is going to work out. You're great, but I think we're looking for different things. Best of luck. He chose a game, a literal fantasy game, overseeing me. I screenshot it to the group chat. Are you fucking kidding me? Sophie. What a child. Marcus texts that evening. Hey, free tomorrow if you want to, grab drinks. Something stops me from saying yes. Actually, I need to know what this is. Are we building towards something, or just killing time? 3 dots appear, disappear, appear. I like hanging out with you. I'm just not trying to rush into anything serious. Why put a label on it? Because I'm 28 and I don't have time to waste on situationships. That's fair. I think you're looking for something I'm not ready to give right now. Another one bites the dust. These guys aren't bad people. They're just opting out, choosing their cars and their boys and their hobbies over building something real. I text my brother, you free Friday? Need to talk? Yeah. Come over, I'll order food. I show up at Jake's apartment with wine and frustration. He's in sweatpants, his place clean but clearly bachelor pad, minimalist furniture, massive TV, gaming setup with multiple monitors. Thai or Indian? Thai. Extra spicy. We settle on his expensive couch. I launch into everything. Barley, Marcus, and his car meets, Jason and his game night. I'm doing everything right, I tell him. I'm clear about what I want. I take care of myself. But every guy would rather spend time on hobbies or with friends than build something real. Jake sips his wine. What do you think the common factor is? I bristle. Don't. Don't what? Don't make this about me. This is about men. Walk me through a typical early relationship. What does the guy get out of it? What do you mean, get out of it? A relationship isn't a transaction. What do you bring? What makes his life better? I rattle it off. I have a good job. I'm financially independent, fit, interesting, traveled, cultured, progressive. I'm a catch. That's what you are. I'm asking what you do. For him. This is exactly the problem. Women aren't supposed to do things for men anymore. That's patriarchal thinking. Modern relationships are about partnership, equality. What does partnership look like to you? We both contribute equally, split bills, both have careers, both make decisions. What about the stuff you expect him to do? Planning dates, pursuing you, proving himself, being the emotional rock? That's just what men do in relationships. That's their role. Jake pauses. So, equality, except for all the traditional things you still want from him. It's not the same. Isn't it though? I change tactics. The real issue is men choosing video games over real women. Marcus posts about his car like it's his girlfriend. Jason picked a fantasy game over me. Jake smiles. Most of my friends are single by choice now. Why? Because we're happy. Gaming nights, gym sessions, weekend trips, working on projects. Our lives are genuinely good, peaceful. We have money for ourselves. Time for hobbies. No drama. You're seriously saying video games make you happier than relationships? Video games don't criticize me. They don't demand I change. They don't make me feel like I'm constantly failing tests I didn't know I was taking. So, you're just giving up? How pathetic. We're not giving up. We're opting out. There's a difference. This is why birth rates are falling. Because men are too weak to handle real women. Jake stands up. Real women like you? Ash, I love you. You're my sister. But if you were my girlfriend... He pauses. I'd have chosen my PlayStation 6 months in. The words hit like ice water. Jake sits back down, starts eating like he didn't just shatter my worldview. That's not fair, I manage. You asked for honesty. Not that kind. What kind did you want? I stand, needing to move. I came for support, not to be attacked. I'm not attacking you. You're saying it's my fault men won't commit. I'm saying maybe ask yourself what you're offering that would make a man reorganize his entire life around you. I shouldn't have to offer anything. They should want to be with me because of who I am. Jake sets his food down. Most of my friends used to date seriously. Tyler, guy I work with, was engaged. 5 years. Then she started treating him like a renovation project. Constant criticism. Nothing was good enough. He makes 6 figures, Ash. Has his own house. But she made him feel like a failure every day. That's not... He called off the engagement. You know what he told me? Best money I ever spent. He's happy now. Good for Tyler. Marcus is probably similar. Jason too. These guys aren't commitment phobic. They're smart. They've seen bad relationships. They're vetting. And if someone shows red flags early, like expecting them to give up commitments after 1 date, they walk. I didn't expect... You suggested he skip his weekly thing. After 1 date. What does that tell him about 6 months in? I grab my jacket. I should go. Ash. No, I get it. This is all my fault. Message received. That's not what I'm saying. Then what? Jake faces me. If being with you feels like a job, Men will choose their actual jobs. If it feels like a test, they'll choose things that don't grade them. If it means giving up things that make them happy, they'll choose those things. So I should lower my standards? Accept scraps? Maybe your standards should include what you bring, not just what you expect. I'm at the door. You and your friends can enjoy your little boys' club, but don't come crying when you're 50 and alone. I won't be the one crying, Ash. I leave. His words follow me to the car. 3 days later, I text Derek, my ex. 8 months together, ended 6 months ago. Coffee tomorrow? Would be good to catch up? Sure. 2 p.m. at Novo? When he walks in, I almost don't recognize it. Derek lost 20 pounds. His face is sharper, wearing clothes that fit, hair different, even carries himself differently. He looks happy. You look great, I say. Thanks. Been working on it. He orders black coffee. Used to get sugary lattes. How've you been? Good. Just got back from Bali. Nice. I saw the photos, right? Instagram friends. You've been busy too. Rock climbing? His face lights up. Yeah. Finally joined a gym. 5 times a week. It's addictive. Problem solving, physical challenge. Made a whole new friend group. We do trips every other weekend. Just got back from Red River Gorge. Must be nice, having all that time. He doesn't catch my tone, or ignores it. It is? So I've been thinking about us. I pivot. Why things didn't work. His expression shifts. Careful. It ran its course. But specifically, what did I do? Ash, you didn't do anything wrong. We wanted different things. That's not an answer. I deserve more than cliches. He takes a long sip. You really want to do this? Yes. Okay. Derek leans back. Being with you was exhausting? The word lands like a slap. How? Every date felt like a job interview, like I was being evaluated. Nothing I planned was good enough. Your friends? God. Every time we hung out, I felt graded. I'd hear later how Sophie thought I was low energy, or Jenna said I should step up my career. They were trying to help? Help who? The constant comments. My hobbies were immature. My friends were man-children. My apartment wasn't nice enough. My job wasn't ambitious enough. I made $65,000, Ash, but you made me feel like I was barely scraping by. I was pushing you to be your best? No. You were trying to make me into someone else, someone who looked better on paper, someone your friends would approve of. So, you left me for rock climbing? Derek's expression softens. I didn't leave you for rock climbing. I chose it because when I'm on a wall, I'm not being criticized. When I'm with my crew, I'm not being tested. When I'm planning trips, it's for me, not to prove something to someone who already decided I'm not enough. That's not fair. You asked for honesty. My life got better when you left it. Not because you're a bad person, but because you made me feel like one. And I'm not. I'm just a regular guy who wanted to be appreciated, not fixed. Tears come. I wipe them quickly. For what it's worth, I did care about you. But caring about someone who doesn't like who you are? That's not sustainable. He pays for both coffees. I hope you figure things out. And leaves. I sit there for 20 minutes. Everything connects. Jake's questions. Marcus not escalating. Jason walking away. At home, I open my journal. Review past relationships. Every entry is about what they did wrong, never what I contributed. With Brad, he invited me climbing twice. I refused both times, called it not a real date. Then complained he chose climbing over me. With Tyler, he tried talking about his architecture projects. I'd scroll my phone, but expected him to listen to 30-minute work drama dissections. With Chris, his friends welcomed me to poker night. I declined, said I didn't do boy things, then got offended when he kept going. With Marcus, I pushed for exclusivity after 3 weeks. Never asked his timeline. Never considered he might need to vet whether I was wife material. With Jason, asked him to skip his weekly commitment after 1 date. With Derek, I can't remember the last compliment that wasn't about fixing him. I sit there on my couch, journal open, staring at years of complaints about men who weren't enough. My phone buzzes, a notification from some article Sophie shared in the group chat earlier. I'd ignored it then. Now I click it. Why men are walking away. The cost-benefit analysis of modern dating. I almost close it immediately. Sounds like red pill garbage, but something makes me read. The article talks about how men are increasingly choosing to stay single, not because they hate women or can't get dates, but because they're doing a simple calculation. Does adding a relationship to my life make it better or worse? It quotes men explaining their reasoning. Their lives are good. They have careers, hobbies, friends, freedom, peace. A relationship would need to add something significant to compete with that. But modern dating often adds stress, criticism, financial drain, loss of free time, constant testing. One quote stands out. I'd rather be alone and content than coupled and miserable. My PS5 doesn't tell me I'm not good enough. The article isn't mean-spirited or angry. It's just matter-of-fact, clinical, like they're analyzing a bad business deal. So I'm the bad deal? I read it twice, then a 3rd time. Everything Jake said, everything Derek said. It's all here, laid out in cold logic. I grab my phone and text Jake. Can I come over? Yeah. The cost-benefit analysis, I say. Explain it. Jake sees I'm serious. Imagine you're a guy. Decent job, hobbies you enjoy, friends you trust, life is good. Content, I nod. Then you meet a woman. To upgrade your life, what does she need to add? Companionship, partnership. You already have companionship with friends, partnership at work. What else? Emotional support? Do you make him feel supported? Or like a project? Silence. Physical intimacy, sure, but you also expect him to plan dates, pay, pursue you, deal with your moods, meet your friends' approval, validate you on social media, maybe give up hobbies, constantly prove he's worthy. And if his life is already peaceful, why trade peace for a performance review? Marcus wasn't commitment phobic, I realize. He was vetting me. Probably. And I failed. You showed him who you are. He made a choice. Derek said his life got better when I left. Did you make it better when you were in it? I can't answer. That's why guys are choosing hobbies, Ash. Not because hobbies are better, because hobbies don't make you feel like you're failing. They don't take without giving. They don't demand you change. I thought I was advocating for myself, having standards. Standards are fine, but they go both ways. You had a list of what you deserved. Did you ask what you were offering? So all those guys were just opting out. Because you made opting out the better option. The entire worldview I built, the feminist talking points, the know your worth mantras. It was never about partnership. It was about hierarchy. With me on top. What do I do now? Stop worrying about what men should do for you. Start asking what you do for them. Stop treating relationships like you're the prize and they're contestants. Something in me hardens. So I should what? Lower my standards? Become some submissive girlfriend who cooks and cleans? That's not, because that's what it sounds like. You're saying women need to go back to the 1950s. I'm saying relationships require both people to add value. I have value. I am valuable. Then stay single. He says it simply, not cruel, factual. If you don't want to offer anything beyond your presence, date men who are fine with that. But men who have their shit together, They're going to choose peace over performance reviews. I stand up. Fine. You and your boyfriends can keep your fantasy, your video games, and freedom. See how that works in 20 years when you're old and alone. I'm not going to be the one with regrets. Yes, you will. You're choosing the easy path. You're too weak to handle a real relationship with a strong woman. Jake just looks sad. Maybe strong women don't make men feel weak for having needs? I leave. I open my text with Sophie to vent, start typing the whole story, but halfway through, I stop, because I'm looking for someone to tell me I'm right. I delete the message, open my dating apps, swipe through profiles. All these men with their hobbies and dogs and looking for something real bios. They're not looking for something real with women like me. That's what I'm supposed to accept, but I don't accept it. I can't accept that I spent 28 years building myself, my career, independence, standards, worth, only to be told it's all wrong, that I'm too much. If men can't handle me, that's their problem. I'm not changing for anyone. I'm not lowering my standards. I'm not becoming some grateful girlfriend who makes men feel like kings just for showing up. I'm the catch. I'm the prize. And if men want to choose their hobbies over that, their loss.